Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yet another episode of Gulch Hay Farms. We got a little special treat for you today. The family and I have been battling a little bit of Rona, and no worries though, we're doing just fine. But I've been patiently awaiting. We bought a piece of equipment, I don't know, probably a week ago or so, and we've just been trying to get it down here. I bought it out of Kansas, and so it's almost here, so I guess I'll go ahead and show you what we're getting here once they pull up to the gate. And yeah, pretty excited about it. I know my dad is, that's for sure. Pretty far out right now, but maybe you can make out what it is on the old trailer there.
Coming.
Layer she blows. This here is a Vermeer 604 Pro. 604 Pro something. I don't even remember. 604 Pro. G3. Third generation. It's slightly used. It's got about 2,000 bales on it. But this should do the trick. This should do it. Alright folks, here it is with all her glory. Vermeer 604 Pro G3. It's the third generation of the Pro baler. They used to be Lely balers, the G1 and G2. And Vermeer finally took manufacturing in-house, and these are actually built in Pella, Iowa. And so a lot of good American ingenuity coming out of these. But it's actually got a chopping head in it. And so that beater right there throws the hay in, and then I think they've got blanks in for knives right now, but there's a drop floor in here that raises and lowers, and you can activate the knives to help chop the hay. It's good for guys who feed a lot in like tubs, or like for silage if you put up silage or whatever, which we're not going to do. But that 604 in has been giving us a little fit in this thick hay this year. I know it's not going to happen like this every year, but it's been very frustrating enough. My dad just called me right now, and he's having a fit getting it unplugged as we speak. And so, needless to say, it was time to step up, and hopefully this is the ticket. You know, over the course of the year, we've lost hours and hours trying to get that baler to run in these conditions that we're in now. So we figured we'd step it on up. And so, yeah, it's a pretty heavy baler, about 10,000 pounds dry. It's got a few cool features, obviously moisture and all that. Got an automatic chain or luber. Itself does have a ton of shields all the way around it, which, I mean, it looks cool, don't get me wrong, it looks like a spaceship, and it's all steel, it's not plastic, which is nice. It does have just a regular ramp, nothing fancy there. It's not a hydraulic ramp, but the idea is the bale will fall out and that'll stick right in front of it to allow the door to close. But yeah, it's a big baler. Same size tires we're running now. Though the Generation 2 balers have the net wrap load in the front. They moved it to the back here, which I really don't care. I've only ever had it in the back on any baler I've ever run. It has hydraulic tension, so you can adjust your tension of the net from the cab using this hydraulic motor here. Back feeds that motor. I don't know, looks more like expensive things to break, but if it's hydraulic, it probably won't break, right? More shields here. So net actuator, part of the net wrap system. Tension springs. I don't know what that is. That's not the gate cylinder, that is the tension cylinder. No, that's the tension cylinder, that is the gate cylinder. I'm curious to see how fast this one cycles. But again, all steel, no plastic. This baler's 10,000 pounds, which we're actually going to go ahead and upgrade the wheels on our, or the tires on our rake, because this thing, the tongue weight's not as much heavy, but that the whole baler itself is a lot heavier. Alrighty, Dad just made it back. We still got one more field to bale, but he's going to run the new one. Here's our 604N Select, as you've seen many times on the channel. Still a great baler, but Dad just got done doing 10 bales an acre, and I'm not gonna lie, I just struggled doing it. So this baler will soon be for sale, so if anybody is interested, it's got, I don't know, 6,500, maybe 7,000 bales. I'll look at the exact amount, but gonna be moving it quick once we get this one up and running. And yeah, this is gonna be our primary baler, so wish us luck. If any of you have run one of these, feel free to comment and let us know how it was. But yeah, we're gonna get to unhooking this sucker. Everything should hook right up. The only difference is this baler has only 3 hydraulic hookups. One's a single action for the door, and the other 2 are for this bank of solenoids here that control the drop floor and the pickup, and amongst other things. Alright, got her all hooked up, firing her up. Top of the morning, folks. We are out here on the hay patch. And Dad got it here. He just got here. We're fixing to unload it. New baler's looking snazzy. It's going to be a true test run here. So we're going to run it through the middle of this patch and see what actually happens. Got our helper here. I'm not going to let him down until we get some good clean hay up. Hey buddy, say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Wave.
Say hi, Emma.
Say wave.
Yay.
Good job, dude. Guess it didn't wrap. Nope. It looks like we didn't have the nut wrap on tight enough, so it actually fell off of the whatever, the axle or the spindles that hold the nut wrap on. So see if he fires it up. What size bale? What size bale? That ain't 60 inches. It's probably maybe because you had the lever closed.
Like 60.
You sure?
6'6".
That is a big 5-foot bale. I was wondering why you were going so long. We might have to calibrate it. No, I'd rather it be right. We'll calibrate it. We have to go through the options on the menu. Bring it down 5 inches. 54. So first thing, baler is a beast. It's a goblin son of a gun, man. The only problem is, and I've heard that these types of balers with the open front throat like this, they need a dry hay kit, which this one does not have, but no big deal, we put it on. I'm not sure exactly what it does. It might be like a flap or something. But it likes to spew hay out the front. You see that hay built up right there. But so far, Dad's loving it. Fast cycle, makes good tight bales, and that is a fast dump and go. No plugging. And we are rolling. The goblin son of a gun. Super impressed. I mean, look how fast that tied. The gate flies open, the gate closes. Ready to rock and roll. Bad to the bone, boys and girls. Bad to the bone. See how it starts the bale, it spews it like that? There it goes, it sucks some of it back in. So we just got to get the dry hay kit to force that hay back down. But it is just gobbling this windrow. Que paso, you beautiful people? A couple days later, Dad did finish baling this field, got 100 bales, and just look at these pretty sons of guns, right, y'all? Nice and hibbit. I don't know who that is. Yeah, bales turned out real nice. Actually, there isn't really a screwed up one in the field, which is lovely. The old baler, you know, would throw a lopsided one here or there. Overall, pretty happy with the baler. This hay did lay on the ground longer than we like. It doesn't really hurt anything, but it was really dry, and so we found that this baler, when the hay is real dry, will actually spew out hay when you're starting to bale between the rollers and that metal roller, or I'm sorry, the belt and that roller. So it'll just shoot it out, and it piles up on top of here, and it's not ideal. And so they make a dry hay kit for that purpose, to fix that, to alleviate that issue. And so that's on order. It was a pricey dry hay kit, about $700, but other than that, she's a unit. God, she eats some hay. And we did purposely plug it, just to hammer down on the clutch just to see what happened. And we did plug it, and you know what the best part about the whole thing was that plate right there, right below those teeth, drops out. You drop the plate, turn the PTO on, and it shoves it out the back. You close the plate, the drop floor, and you go on about your business. No more unplugging. So anyway, we got to unhook this rake from the tractor. We're going to take the tractor to the shop. Water pump issue. See all the antifreeze that's spewing out on the fan here. Where the fan hooks up to that pulley. This is the water pump right here. Here's a line going in, or line leaving, one of the two. And the seals are leaking, by, you know, where that fan blade comes in, where that pulley connects the shaft to the water pump. So mechanic's going to take a look at it over the weekend, hopefully, and we'll get it buttoned up, get her pumping. It just leaks ever so slightly, so we gotta keep filling with water. And I was always wondering where this coolant smell was coming from, and finally the leak's gotten so big that we've been able to source the leak. So that was a plus. So anyway, I'm starting to hook in this thing. I just realized that our jack handle's broken, so that's gonna suck, because this rake is so freaking heavy. Get it unhooked, get everything ready for transport mode, and Dad's on his way with his truck. He's gonna hook up to it, and he's gonna take it to the house, park it under the barn where it belongs. It's hot today. We've actually had a pretty mild summer. I don't think we've had one day where it's been predicted to hit triple digits, which is rare. Usually we have a good solid 10 days in a row of triple digits, maybe more, with 90% humidity. But not today, not this year. Lots of rain, and then now we're drier than a popcorn fart. You'd think there'd be an abundance of hay out there, which there's more than I would say probably normal. But the problem is nobody's been able to get it cut. In the beginning of the season it was too wet. And now that it's dried out, everybody's still racing to get some first cuts done still. And another thing is, we're so far into the season that hay is huge right now. You know, if you haven't been able to get to it, I mean, it's nothing to make 7, 8, even 10 bales an acre. And that's just freaking ridiculous, man. That's why we had to switch to a new baler. That 604N is a great baler for anything up to about 5 bales an acre hay, that thickness of hay. Anything over 6, 7, 8, you know, get up there like that, and just a pain in the butt. Can't handle it. So we got a baler that could. There she is right there. 604 Pro. Come and get you some. You gonna get in, or are you gonna walk? You gonna walk? Alright. Get your steps in. Okay, you gonna get in now?
I'll walk.
Okay, then walk. Alright, good morning folks. We ended up getting the tractor to the mechanic shop and Dad did get the baling rig home safe. Again, we're working on our new to us baler, the 604 Pro G3. And part of the problem we were having, it's like we can't win, but in real dry hay, the hay, like I was saying, pushes out between those belts and those rollers, and so there's a dry hay kit that kind of installs in these holes, and we've got it on the back of the truck over here. But this is a little flapper doohickey that we ordered that's about the most expensive piece of hunk of metal we've ever bought. Helps deflect the hay back down into the baler when we're baling dry hay. So the idea, I really don't know. I mean, I guess it's gonna work. I don't know, we'll find out. But it looks like it's pretty easy install. It's got a little handle. I guess we can adjust it or maybe turn it on and off. I don't know. So I guess this bar is adjusted based on what, I don't know. We might have to loosen it up, no?
With the slide. The slides?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's Rostifer. Dealer's calling. Yeah, we're gonna attempt to get this heavy hunk of metal on there. So let's see what we do. So I'm assuming. Let me go. Hang on, buddy. There you go. Do we have to take the hand? Come down. Go forward. Alrighty, there she is in all her glory. Dry hay kit installed. Pretty, I mean, definitely seems like it was an afterthought, but they say it works. So all it does is deflects that hay back down in the chamber when you're starting to bale, and it only spits it out when you're starting to bale with dry hay. So my dad went one morning and baled when there was a little bit of dew on the hay, bringing the moisture up to like 15-16%, and this thing ate hay just fine. But as soon as that hay started drying out again, it started spewing out the front, and it kind of becomes a pain in the butt. So I know a guy who's been running one of these, and he's giving me some pointers and some things to change, but overall he loves it. So I can't wait to put even more bales on this thing. So yeah, pretty pumped up. That should alleviate any of our dry hay issues. And so yeah, again, the Vermeer, it's a 2020 Vermeer 604 Pro G3, the third generation. This is the first chopping baler that I think they build in Pella at the actual factory. This is Vermeer built. It's not a, I might use the wrong words here, but not rebranded, or I think the old G2 and G1 generation balers were the Lely style balers. You know, they had net wrap loaded up front, and they just had different style covers and all that. But the sucker is heavy. It's 10,000 pounds, a full 10,000 pounds. It is a little bit different animal pulling it like we do on our trailer with the whole train and pulling it behind the tractor. So I have to get used to that and figure out ways to load the tractor on the trailer to adjust some of the weight distribution, but part of it. So yeah, everything's pretty much ready to go. We do got some grease zerks that we had to order, the special 90-degree zerks that hook to the hose, and then bring that to the grease bank. The dealer didn't have them. He's going to order them. There's 22 of them of those fittings on this baler, so we ordered 10 just in case. So we have them, and these are them right there. This one's loose, that's why that grease was popping out, but this fitting is what we're talking about. They broke up here, so I put some temporary zerks in there right now to get some grease in there. They were pretty dry, it seems, so I'll pump some grease. It's ready to go. And this is the bracket where the bracket sits here. It's right there, that holds the knives on. The knives are not in the baler right now, they're just got blanks. So if we ever needed to go do some chopping, they slide in there pretty easy. See the blanks down there? That's all that's down there. But yeah, overall a pretty awesome baler, pretty well thought out. Fast, good lord, it's fast. Cycle times are fast, everything's fast on this thing. So yeah, not too much of a learning curve. Make some stout bales, can't complain. So again, guys, new to us, Vermeer 604 Pro G3. We're pretty pumped up to use it. Got our dry hay kit on, and we're ready to put some bales on it. We got a lot of hay to bale up in Hallettsville, so it'll really get put to the test. Just a quick comparison. Here's our old 604 in Select. Been a good baler overall, and we probably wouldn't have made a change if it weren't for the extreme hay conditions that we're in this year. But at the end of the day, time is money, and this thing was not handling the 7, 8, 9, 10 bale an acre hay. It will be for sale. Nothing's wrong with it. You know, like I said, we used it for 2 seasons. 7,000 bales on it or so. It's in great shape. Nothing's broken. Just wasn't cutting the mustard. So we'll probably never ever have a hay year like this for the next 10, 20 years, but a hay season like this. But you know, we made the change. So always the biggest and baddest. we just like I said, time is money, and we had to get it figured out. So we're gonna get her cleaned up, posted for sale if anybody's looking for a 604N baler. It's a great baler. Yeah, hit me up, send me an email. You're racing. Alright guys, well that's all we have for this video. Again, appreciate you liking. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Next time you see us, we'll probably be rolling some hay with this G3 baler. Hopefully it works, right Dad?
Absolutely.
We'll see you on the next one.